That was a lot of fun. Not really, being sarcastic. Yeah, so I just recorded an entire video, and it turned out that my memory card was like full. So basically, what I was trying to talk about here's what I'm feeling. There's there's a matter of avoidance here. There's a matter of seeing things clearly, and there is a matter of something that really concerns me regarding therapy is that, well, here, let me just say this first and foremost. Last night I was having a conversation with my sweetheart regarding what was it regarding? Basically seeing things clearly, right? And here's what I wanted to talk about. Projections, right? So, let me just set it clearly this way. When someone treats you a certain way, it's based on how they feel about themselves, not you. Unless, of course, you did something to, mistreat them or whatever, then that's a different story. But um, seeing things clearly is all about recognizing, like, oh, okay, that's your shit, not mine. Like, you've done nothing wrong, right? And this person's coming to you, and they're coming to you with a bunch of shit, right? That's their shit, not yours. Your inability to recognize the difference between their shit and yours is fucking crucial for the well-being of your life, because if you don't have that boundary between self and other, and you just like oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like, no, like, you don't have to you don't have to do any of that. Just set that boundary between yourself and everyone else and be like, okay, I've got my shit, these other people have their shit and everything, and that's it. And then when someone's trying to like bring a bunch of shit to you and make you see things a certain way and see it as your fault, it's not your fucking fault. Again, unless you've done something to hurt them, it's not your fucking fault. So that's on seeing things clearly, which because like I hear people all the time talking about how, like, oh, this person said this to me, or my parents said this to my, for instance, my parents said your life is over for you. You're getting older. It's like, all right, can't you not can you, like, you need to recognize that that has everything to do with them and not you. And then, like, when I sit with people and like try to see if they can like see that clearly, like, they're just like sitting there and it's like, do you not see that clearly? It's like how do you not see that clearly? It's like, that has nothing to do with you. That's them projecting their own insecurities. Oh, you're getting older. Yeah, they're getting older. They're talking to themselves and you're listening. Oh, we're getting older. Oh, your life is over. Yeah, our lives are over. They're talking to themselves and you're listening. It's clear. It's very clear, but it's interesting that people like have this inability to see things that way. But of course, then again, it's safe to say that people are easily manipulated and people are very good at manipulating. When you're, and that's the thing too, we learn from such a vulnerable age in our lives that you know I feel like so many things have happened to people that have led their trust to be broken, and so therefore, again, trust and control are the opposite sides of the same coin. So therefore, when your trust is broken, you learn dynamics of control, you develop dynamics of control, and you deploy those dynamics of control to feel safe in all of your relationships. Ultimately, they completely end up fucking up your relationships because it's like suffocating, it's like too much, it's like this, that, and the other, and it's the fucking shit show. But yeah, so seeing things clearly is recognizing, like, okay, like, oh, alright, so I have my shit, you have your shit, we all have our shit, okay, cool. And then, like, diving into that and seeing that clearly, which then brings me to the next thing of what I want to get into. Therapy. Alright, I need to say this because it's really important for people to hear. Your life is like a puzzle, right? It started when you were a fucking baby, and it is until now. So far, right? There are things that happened early on in your life that likely traumatized you, right? And because of that, if you're in therapy, fantastic. But if you're in therapy, yes, fantastic. But you need to fucking open yourself up if you're not. You need to expose all of your fucking skeletons. You need to go down into that fucking basement that's been flooded several times, that likely has fucking dead carcasses down there, fucking skeletons. You know, you're gonna have to fucking turn the light on. The light's probably gonna shut off because it hasn't been visited in a long time. You're probably gonna smell some nasty shit. You're gonna probably hear some crazy fucking shit. You know, you're probably gonna open the door and you're gonna be like, oh fuck, right? And then like you're gonna be like, oh shit, there's that monster. Oh fuck, look at that demon. There's that ghost. All that kind of stuff. And so like, it's important to understand that considering your life is a puzzle and all these different pieces kind of fit together, if you neglect to, if you avoid looking at pieces, and by the way, I need to make this very clear. There is some trauma out there, not to compare any trauma at all, but there is some trauma out there that is so fucking profound that the level of stress, the level of fucking psychological war and fuckery it causes in a single human being, because of that, some people actually block this shit out as to completely forget about it altogether. And that's very interesting, because the only way that your life is going to get 100% better is if you the only way that your life's going to get 100% better is if you don't leave out any pieces. Right? Like if you have only 95% of the shit figured out, like that 5% could be fucking massive. So, by the way, I look at this whole path of like medicating patients and everything. Here's my fucking dilemma. Here's my frustration. My frustration is both on the fucking therapists that I feel like are not doing their fucking jobs, which there are a fucking lot of them out there. There are therapists out there that should not fucking be in their positions because they're just not professional. The way that they pursue what they do is not sufficient. It's not efficient. It's not deep enough, and it's just your position is to fucking transform people's lives by helping them see their lives clearly. Your inability to do so is the very reason that their life goes, well, not the very reason. Of course, it's going to require some effort on, a lot of effort on the, here's the thing. Medication is like a fucking Band-Aid, right? There's a fucking, there's a nasty gash in the arm, right? Medication is like, all right, Band-Aid. Yeah, okay, it's great in the short term, maybe. But a lot of people just get fucking stuck on that shit. And then they end up not exploring their shit. The only way that your life will get better, or again, repeat. The only way that your life will get better, and I'm pretty sure that I've explored this with my sweetheart before. The only way that your life will get better is if you not only dive the fuck into that basement with all of that fucking ooey gooey water, that gross fucking shit, the fucking dead rat swimming with all of the fucking ants eating it apart, the fucking ghosts in the corner, the demons, the monsters, everything. The only way that your life's going to get better is if you can have the fucking audacity to look all that fucking shit straight into the fucking eyes and see it fucking clearly. Because here's the very interesting thing, right? Something happened to me when I was younger that broke my trust. I'm not going to talk about what it was, but something happened to me when I was younger that broke my trust. Because of that, again, trust and control are opposite sides of the same coin. So I learned to develop dynamics of control. To feel safe. And because of that, there were things that happened when I was younger that I didn't fucking understand. It didn't make sense to me. So therefore, the pain of my own experiences were not the only, that was not the only pain that I was experiencing. There were other forms of pain, but it was only because I learned a belief that there was something inherently wrong with me. Imagine carrying around a pain that has you in this belief this constant belief that there is something inherently wrong with you, that you inherently are defective, that you lack something, and therefore, of course, you become codependent. You become, highly attuned to everyone else, because you think that the only way to gain what it is that you need is through other people, and so therefore you learn these dynamics of, all right, I'm going to tune into everyone else because I clearly don't have the fucking shit that I need. I don't need to get into that right now, but what I'm trying to say is that a lot of people are carrying around pain that is not theirs. And when I say this, I mean, if someone left you, right? If someone fucking left you for whatever reason, and you were in a state of fucking helplessness, right? That's your fucking pain. The pain of believing that there was ever anything wrong with you to begin with is not your fucking pain. That's not your fucking pain, because if your parent traumatized you, it likely had nothing to do with you and everything to do with their fucking trauma. So you holding on to, you carrying the weight of that pain and thinking that there was something wrong with you, you need to fucking see that clearly, because there's a lot of pain there that you're holding on to that I feel personally, if you look at it clearly and be like, oh, wait a second, that had nothing to do with me, fuck. That was my parents' shit, fuck. And then that actually wasn't even their shit. That was their parents' shit, but they mistook it for their shit. So that fucked them up too. And just everything. Take your fucking shit back. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people are probably carrying around a lot of weight in the form of pain that actually isn't theirs. And this is a very liberating thing to experience, because I'm not saying that your shit isn't valid. Your shit's fucking valid. Whatever you felt when you were traumatized when you were younger, that shit is fucking valid. But there is potentially a weight of pain that you carry around to this day that is not necessary for you to carry, because if you were to see things clearly, an example, somebody leaving you, leading you to believe that you were inherently defective or that there was something wrong with you, if you see that clearly, okay, you're a fucking child and you're not doing anything wrong. Even if you're throwing a fucking tantrum, that person decided to have you. So that's on them. Their inability to stay with you, regardless of what your fucking emotional state is their fucking problem, not yours. So you believing that you're inherently defective or wrong or lack something is a pain that is unnecessary for you to carry. And seeing that clearly can actually change the dynamics of how you move forward with everything. And that's why I think it's super fucking important. You need to visit everything. Your life is a fucking puzzle, and presenting that entire puzzle, exploring that entire puzzle clearly, in fine detail, fully, with a licensed professional. Don't go to your fucking mom, don't go to your fucking dad, don't go to your fucking friends, your fucking siblings. Definitely not your fucking children. They are not yours to unload your fucking emotional shit on. You can have relationships with people like where you talk about shit, but expecting them to have anything to do with your healing or your transformation or your journey forward or your process forward, no. You need to sit with someone who knows what the fuck they're doing and who can guide you through the stuff. But yeah, it's just like, you need to open yourself the fuck up. If you leave out any bit, which I believe that a lot of people are, because I believe people leave shit out when it comes to therapy and when it comes to getting help. I believe that people leave shit out because you feel like what you've been through, no one else has been through before. You feel like a fucking alien. You feel like your thoughts are fucking out of this world and like no one's gonna understand it. So therefore you fucking keep it inside of you. And believe me when I say that you're not alone. You're not a fucking alien. It's likely that you haven't done shit that no one else has. Did I say that correct? Anyway, basically, like, here's all I'm going to leave this off with. If you want your life to get better, if you want your life to change, the medication is not going to do it. Because at some point, the intention of the medication is just going to kind of like mesh in with everything, and it's going to like kind of, its relevance is just going to be a crutch. You need to see your life fucking clearly. You need to look at every single fucking piece of the puzzle, and you need to look, like I was saying before, going down into the fucking basement. You need to look it into you need to look every single entity in its fucking eyes clearly, with all of the fucking darkness, with all of the grossness, with all the fucking like, oh fuck, all of it, and you need to fucking work through that, because that's the only way that shit's going to change.